Alright, so what's up guys? So we're out here on another run. Out here doing this craziness. All you guys should simply sit back, watch, fire, and enjoy. So, for you, you may be wondering, what exactly is it you could do to fix your life, right? And prove it. So many of us can get stuck, right? Doing the same things over and over and over again. Right? You can feel like crap, feel horrible. And, I don't blame you because, it's such a common occurrence. It's very easy to fall into that trap. And, don't worry, because we are going to give you 4 tips in regards to fixing your life. And, without further ado, we're going to give you tip number 1, which is to, simply get in the gym. But if you're not, so many of us can get stuck and feel overwhelmed. And one of the first things that they let go is their exercise. And when you let go, you understand what that phrase implies, right? When someone lets themselves go. And you might develop a gut and lose the shape that you once had. Because it's very easy to cut that part out of your routine, right? That exercise, that fitness part, which is so crucial. But, for many people, they have to realize that, it's something, it's almost a non-negotiable. But you can't simply just take it out and have no difference. Right? It makes a huge difference, not only in your physical, but in your mental well-being. Right? It's something that, gives you superpowers almost, right? It gives you a boost of energy, right? And taking on the other issues that may happen in your life, right? At work or wherever you go, right? Which comes from that work that you put in, right? That extra energy that you get, that conditioning, that endurance that you develop. So, if you cut that out, eliminate it, you're really setting yourself up for chaos. Because if you get back on it, you start working out, you are gonna start to see improvements in yourself. Right? You'll start to get better. You'll start to combat things like anxiety and depression. You'll have an outlet to take out your energy that you have pent up. For so many people, right, they deal with that. And, by simply not taking action, not doing nothing, they are simply wasting that energy, right? The energy will just collect and sit, not only in their physical body, right, collect as fat, but also mentally, right? They'll feel like they're missing something, right? But they can't necessarily put their finger on it, right? That happens to so many people, right? They feel empty inside, right? And that one crucial ingredient is probably the fitness element, right? The exercise component, right? And had they simply, started a routine, started working towards that, they will have fixed that component of themselves. But, until they do it, they may not realize it. So, in order to fix your life, if you're not already, exercise. Right, do that. So, tip number 2, in regards to fixing your life, is to read and acquire knowledge, right? Because so many people don't realize that gaining knowledge doesn't end, when you finish school or university, right? That's only the beginning, right? Because then you have to educate yourself. And for many, that's when it will expand beyond your major or whatever it is that you're studying, right? Far too many people get stuck studying one particular thing, right? For some, it may be biology or chemistry or English, but there's so many life skills and life lessons that you got to obtain, which are only going to be acquired through perseverance, for your own education and educating yourself, right? Actively pursuing that, because a normal degree isn't going to give you everything you need for you, right? You almost have to give yourself a degree, right, through self-education. So that's gonna come through the books and audiobooks and podcasts, right? If you can sit and read a book or don't have the time. I know I don't. So my method choice is to listen to the book and a couple podcasts here and there. So do that, right? Acquire knowledge and expertise, and you will be on your way to fixing your life, right? You don't want to be stagnating your knowledge, right? Not acquiring anymore. You want to keep gaining and getting and gaining. So one particular thing that people don't realize in regards to fixing their life, specifically in regards to their growth, is the idea of compound returns. And while many may think of the common example of it applying to investments, right? Like you invest a certain amount of money, make 10% this year, and you make 10% next year, 10% the following year. As long as you keep investing all the money, your returns are not just going to be 10%. In 10 years, it's going to be higher and higher and higher as every year goes by, because you're going to have more to start with. That's the whole idea of compounding. But few people realize that idea is not only in regards to investing, but in life, right? In the gym, right? Getting knowledge. So many different areas that if you just improve 1% a day, a week, a month, or even a year, pretty soon you're gonna have some awesome results that, essentially you can look back at and be like, wow, right? Those were tremendous improvements. But, had you not embarked on the journey and gone after it and tried to get better by 1% every day, or whatever percentage it is, you wouldn't have realized those gains, right? If you would have been after a fixed percentage or fixed number. That's the key, right? Like you're trying to make $10,000 a month, but why not focus on making 10% more every month, right? So that way the next month will be 11,000, and after that it'll be 11,100, right? It keeps going up and up every month. So by compounding, you're really going to accentuate your gains, and in the gym as well, right? Because if you're benching 225 and you try to get 10% better, that's 22 and a half more pounds. So keep doing that and you'll see huge increases in mental well-being. So it's fourth way to fix your life. Easiest one of them all, I'd say, but probably, well, easiest in practicality, but hardest, when you actually sit down and do it, because it's very tempting to stop, tempting to procrastinate, and that is to meditate. Right? So many people neglect this. They consider it to be a waste of time. But I'd say it's one of the most important things that you gotta do in your day, because it essentially calms your mind down, right? It takes away so much of the need to have, the need to want, right? That outside stimuli, because you in essence are training yourself to sit in a room of quiet, right? And really, ruminate in it, blossom, and enjoy it, reap it, right? As little as it may seem to be by sitting in the room with nothing. So by doing that, through that meditation, you are gonna feel better, right? You're gonna feel like you have superpowers, right? Because so few people are able to train themselves to do this, right? And we all have the capability to do this, right? Even with physical disabilities, people in prison, right? You don't have to go anywhere to do this. You can stay right where you are, close your eyes, sit down, meditate. So do that, you'll be on your way to fixing your life. So without further ado, these are the 4 ways in order to fix your life. As always, we say thank you very much and goodbye.